Now, the Electoral College has been a part of this country's elections for hundreds of years, but the process can be, well, quite confusing. NewsNation correspondent Joe Khalil explains how the Electoral College was formed and how it votes.
There's a lot that's misunderstood about the Electoral College. It is a group of voters that eventually decides who is going to be president. And it's a number of different groups, state by state and in Washington, D.C. They don't meet in person. Now, people typically don't understand that because it's usually a formality. But this year, with all the election challenges and the confusion around the election results, there's going to be a keen eye on how the Electoral College functions when they cast their ballots tomorrow. While tens of millions of Americans cast votes in the November election, only 538 people will officially cast a ballot for president. Those 538 are the electors in the Electoral College.
I studied this and never thought in my life that I'd be a member of the Electoral College.
To be able to do that and to represent the state, it's an honor, and I don't use that word lightly.
Ken Roberson and Greg Hughes are two of those 538. Roberson from Maryland, Hughes from Utah.
People take this seriously. It's not something that they just do just because it's a political game.
So how did these men become electors? Typically, state parties choose them. The state Democrat and Republican parties in Maryland, which has 10 Electoral College votes, each choose 10 electors. Likewise, in Utah, which has 6 Electoral College votes, the Republican and Democratic parties there each choose 6 electors.
When you cast a ballot for whomever you vote for president, you're actually casting a ballot for that slate of electors. It's on the top, you're voting for Joseph R. Biden or Donald J. Trump, but you're really voting for, depending on your state, the slate of electors.
And it's that way by design, according to historian Philip Van Fossen. He says the Founding Fathers were skeptical about letting the public vote directly, thinking they may be swayed by propaganda or foreign influence. Today, though, electors are bound by law in some states to honor the popular vote in their respective state.
Because electors are pledged to particular candidates, and because they're usually chosen as party members, you would expect almost all of them to vote for the person that they're pledged to.
Kermit Roosevelt, University of Pennsylvania professor, says throughout American history, electors have stayed true to their pledged candidate.
States do have mechanisms whereby if the elector doesn't vote the way they're supposed to, they get removed and a substitute elector gets put in.
So, Roosevelt says, don't expect any surprises tomorrow when the Electoral College casts its votes. While there was some speculation this year that states Joe Biden won with Republican-controlled legislatures could change their electors to support President Trump, Roosevelt says the Constitution guards against that.
The Constitution gives the state legislature the power to determine how the electors are chosen, which is true. And then they take the much more radical step of saying they can change their mind if that popular vote doesn't come out the way they want it to, and say, we, the legislature, are going to appoint the electors ourselves. That's really a fringe argument.
And for all the importance of electing a president, the moment itself is basically a formality.
We get sworn in and we go, and we really do sign, I believe, 7 documents.
That's essentially it. The electors sign their votes, which eventually will be certified by Congress in January, making it official. Routine, nonetheless, historic.
I'm pretty excited to be part of that process.
And as you saw, the electors that we spoke with take their job very seriously. Particularly Kent Roberson told us that as a black man, his grandfather was denied the right to vote. And here he is 2 generations later casting a ballot in the Electoral College. It's a privilege that he says he's not going to take for granted. In Washington, Joe Khalil, NewsNation.